Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today we're actually going to talk about the 4 different types of poker players, and we're going to talk about some acronyms that we use for them and what each poker player means. Before we start, if you'd like to like and subscribe to my channel, that would be fantastic. It really just helps the channel out, and you also won't miss any videos. So it will send notifications to you when we do put up another video. We do have some good poker vlogs coming up, and we've also got another interview coming up and some poker discussion video. So yeah, I'd love you to subscribe. Thank you. So today we're actually going to talk about 4 different types of poker players. Like I said, so there's 4 different types that we use as acronyms. Now I use these acronyms. Some people might use different acronyms, but I use these ones. So we're going to talk about lag, tag, lap, and tap. All right, so that means nothing to you at the moment, but we'll discuss it in this video exactly what it means. So we'll start with lag. So to be a lag player means that you're a loose and aggressive player, aka lag. It basically means that you're actually going to be very loose in your play. So you're going to actually play a lot of hands, you're going to get involved in a lot of pots, and you're also going to be very aggressive when you are in those pots. So you're going to be raising, you're going to be re-raising, you're going to be going all in on multiple hands and multiple different hands as well. That's what a loose aggressive player is. So this style is normally used by a lot of amateur players, but there are some professionals that use this very successfully as well. Now the next one that we're going to talk about is tag. So tag is tight and aggressive, which is a lot of what the poker pros actually play with. So if you are looking to bring your game to another level, this is a style that you really do need to get adjusted to. So tight and aggressive. So you are tight, you do play a little bit of different hands, but you are very tight when it comes to, you don't play say King 4, you don't play say Queen 7, stuff like that. But when you do get a hand, you're very aggressive as well. Now, tight and aggressive players generally don't get involved in a lot of pots, but this is where using this style of play can actually be quite beneficial in some parts of your tournament, but it's very bad to use it the whole tournament. So you do have to change up, but you want to sort of get another sort of, you want to sort of mix up the loose and aggressive and tight and aggressive a little bit. But tight and aggressive players, you will see hit pocket aces, pocket kings, pocket queens, and they'll play them very aggressively. So for example, if the blinds are 1,000, 2,000, they're probably going to raise, 5 times, 6 times the blinds, which can sometimes be very profitable depending on the players that you're playing against, but also it can be very unprofitable if you're playing against a lot more seasoned players that actually know what you're doing in this situation. So tight and aggressive is where a lot of people play at, but there are some other ones as well. So lap is the next one that we're going to talk about. So lap is loose and passive. Now this is probably the weakest style that you can possibly play, but you do happen to see a lot of fish or a lot of newer players play this style. Basically this style is that you're not going to be very aggressive in your betting, but you're going to call an awful lot more. You're also not going to raise in an aggressive manner. You're just sort of going to go follow the raises, but you're also going to play very loose. So this player is going to play multiple of hands. They're going to play a big range, so they're going to play say Queen 6s, Queen 5s, stuff like that, King 2s, any suited cards they're playing. They're just going to play a lot of hands, but they're not going to do it aggressively. These players you can definitely take advantage of because they're not going to re-raise you unless they've got an absolute monster. They will simply call. So you can sort of egg out a little bit more of a value bet against these players, and you can also raise a little bit wider because you know their calling is going to be a little bit wider as well. So and then the last one that we've possibly got is tap. So tap is tight and passive, sorry. So tight and passive players are considered rocks of the poker table. So you'll probably know a few of these players from your own games, like your cash games or some of the tournaments that you play. most people call them rocks. I call them taps purely because that makes me remember the acronym. So a tight and passive player will not raise you at all, really, but they'll play very tightly. So they'll play their ace king, they'll play their ace queen, they'll play pocket aces, pocket kings, pocket queens, but they're not going to play these hands in an overly aggressive manner. So you can get trapped by these players an awful lot, but you can also get them out of hand and bluff against these players a lot more. So they are very hard to play against occasionally, especially when they are getting good hands and you are trying to steal blinds and stuff, but they can be very easy to play against when they're not getting very good hands and you can steal their blinds and bluff more against these players. So they're the four types of players. Now, my suggestion is that you want to mix up your game a little bit so you get a little bit of every player. You want to be aggressive when you've got good hands, but you also want to be aggressive when you are trying to bet people out of the pot, aka being loose and aggressive. But you do need to be that tight position player when you've got a smaller chip stack as well. And sometimes you've got to play it off your table image as well. So if people see you as a loose, aggressive player, to become tight and aggressive is a complete switch, and people won't put you on the good hands that you actually got. So you do need to play a lot of these tournaments using a little bit of from every single player style. But when you are putting people on player styles, knowing these players will actually help you define their hands a little bit more. So for example, if you have a crazy guy that just keeps raising a lot of his chips or all in, and he has come to showdown a few times, and you are seeing that he is playing king sevens, king eights like this, when you have a decent hand, you can actually put him on a bigger range. Or you can notice that somebody hasn't played a lot of hands for a long time, and when they do, they're just calling. That's probably going to be more of a tight passive player. So you do know that when these people are in the pots, you've got to just be treading a little bit carefully as well. So knowing the players will actually help you a lot, but also knowing your style and what to use out of each player's arsenal is probably the best for you. So, all right, thank you very much for watching this video, guys. Please check out the rest of our videos on YouTube. We've got some poker vlogs up as well. We've also got some poker discussions as well, and there is one interview up there. As I said, if you haven't subscribed already, I'd love it if you could subscribe and like this video and comment what you want to see next on this video. So thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.